I was dating a guy about 2 months ago. I met him at a restaurant when I was having lunch alone. He came up to my table, said he had to speak to me because I'm so beautiful, and that's how we've met. Things moved really fast with him. He was cute, funny, and I must admit, I really fell for his wealth. I've never dated a guy so wealthy. The Aston Martin brand was just something that my ex-boyfriends used to drool over. I never thought I would see one, let alone be driven in one. But I did get to ride in one because my new rich boyfriend owned one. Let's call this rich boyfriend Bill. He's not even close to being as wealthy as Bill Gates, but is closest to one that I know personally. At any rate, I stayed at his place for the most part of our first month together. We got physical real fast, and I think we spent half of our time together in his bedroom. I don't mind people judging. Oh wait, I guess I do since I'm talking about it. But anyhow, I don't normally sleep with a guy on a second date. As I've admitted initially, his wealth was extremely attractive to me. It's not like I was planning to marry the guy, but it's akin to fantasy coming true for a very average girl. So exactly on the 30th day of us getting together, Bill had a special night planned out for us. He took me to an opera. I always wanted to go to one, but never did. It wasn't what I expected though. I don't think I'm sophisticated or upper class enough for it. Either way, I didn't enjoy it. After the opera, he took me to a really fancy restaurant, one that I didn't know even existed. Then to cap the night off, we went to a beautiful conservatory. It was late, but the place was open for us. I think he pulled a few strings to make that happen. All in all, it was one of the most magnificent dates I've ever had. So as you might imagine, for a very average 25-year-old young woman, Bill is quite the catch. I wouldn't say I was in love with him at that point, but I was getting there fast. We arrived at his place late at night, went to bed after a quick workout, but then I woke up at 4 in the morning because nature was calling. Bill wasn't sleeping next to me when I woke up. I went to the bathroom, which is situated in the bedroom. By the way, the bathroom in the bedroom is bigger than the bedroom in my apartment. But yeah, that's not important. After doing my business, I stepped out of the bedroom and walked toward the living room to find Bill. Bill wasn't in the living room, but I could hear him talking to someone. It seemed like he was on the phone and was probably in the kitchen. I quietly walked toward the sound, but stopped short of revealing myself. You see, Bill was actually talking to the thin air, like he was having a full-on conversation. I obviously couldn't hear what he was responding to, but it sure seemed like he understood each and every word spoken by the thin air. I was going to turn around, put on my clothes, and get the heck out of there, but then Bill saw me and quickly ran toward me. I was actually very scared at that moment. I just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible, but Bill apologized to me profusely. He told me he would explain everything, then sat me down on the couch in the living room. This is basically what he told me. He apparently can speak to spirits. He was that serious when he told me that and was adamant that I believe him, which scared me even more. He assured me that he wasn't crazy and that he couldn't hurt a fly. I, in return, told him that I just wanted to leave, but he said he couldn't let me go like that. I stayed calm, or at least as calm as I could be given the situation. I spoke to him openly about spirits, the underworld, and a bunch of paranormal things. I pretended to be far more accepting of those things than I really am. I could tell he had doubts about me. He's not dumb. He probably knew part of my behavior was an act. However, I think he wanted to believe I was okay with him being crazy. I spent 5 hours trying to convince him that I was still madly in love with him. I had to make him believe that I wanted to learn more about his supposed gift. Then the bell rang. The housekeeper had arrived. I casually got up and told him, "Oh my God, look at the time. Bill, I gotta get to work. We'll talk more tonight, okay?" He grabbed my hand and wouldn't let go for a while. I think a good half a minute must have passed when his crazy eyes seemed to calm down a bit and they let go of my hand. I gave him a kiss, which by the way made me want to puke last night's dinner. I went to the bedroom and calmly gathered my stuff, all the while with Bill watching over me. Those 3 minutes or so while I was putting on my clothes and getting ready to go out, I was literally dying inside. I was so afraid Bill might go completely nuts. As I was walking out of the bedroom, Bill was standing by the door half blocking the entryway. I caressed his cheek, showed him a big smile, and slid past his body. The housekeeper lady was organizing some stuff in the living room. I was so happy to see her and felt like she was the only reason why I was still alive. I got to the door, opened that, but then Bill put his hand against it and stopped me from walking out. He then proceeded to kiss me with his tongue, trying to search for my larynx. I let him get lost in there for a while until he seemed satisfied with the search. I stepped out, got on the elevator, and could finally breathe again once I was out of his apartment building. I cried so much on the way home. I can't pinpoint exactly what it was, but I couldn't control myself. It may have been the rush of emotions I felt going from pure unadulterated fear to the relief of grasping freedom again. Or maybe I was simply crapping my pants. Bill's been calling me every day since the last time we were together. I already told him that I didn't want to see him anymore, but Dad hasn't stopped him from trying to get me back. I don't answer his calls anymore, and so he comes over to my apartment, then waits there for me. He's always parked across the street from my place and waits for me for an hour or two before he gives up. I haven't lived in my apartment for over a month. I've been staying at my friend's and I think I'll stay there for a little longer. I'm also thinking of going to the police now. It didn't occur to me at first because I thought he'd give up after a while. But that seems less and less likely as the days go by. My friend tells me that going to the police won't do much with a guy like that. He probably has got a team of lawyers who can get him out of many tight situations. Still though, I think it'd be wiser to at least leave some type of record against him. Maybe that'll persuade him to stop coming after me. I guess some people may accuse me of judging him too fast or harshly. To be fair, perhaps he was never going to hurt me. In his own crazy mind, he may just be a harmless medium. But unless you were there in person, you'll never understand how his eyes looked when he charged at me, grabbed me, then wouldn't let go. It was genuinely the first time I had seen the eyes of an insane person. It really was the crazy eyes. I don't feel safe anymore with him calling me every day and waiting for me in front of my apartment. I'm going to the police later today. Wish me luck, Dennis.